In a sun-drenched suburb of Atlanta, where skyscrapers loom against a backdrop of blue skies, Marcus Thompson wiped the sweat from his brow. A skilled mechanic in his 30s, he ran a small but popular garage, Marcus's Auto Repairs. It was Saturday morning, and the sun was already shining high, drawing in a mix of loyal customers and newcomers. As the doors swung open, a sleek black SUV rolled into the lot. The engine purred like a content cat, showcasing wealth and status. Its owner, a sharply dressed man named Jonathan Blake, stepped out, eyeing the garage with a condescending smirk. Golden cufflinks shimmered against his crisp white shirt, a stark contrast to the grease-stained overalls worn by Marcus. "Is this the best service in Atlanta?" Jonathan called out. The sarcasm dripped from his voice. "Or just the fastest way to ruin a car?" Marcus forced a smile, grateful for the opportunity despite the man's attitude. "We'll take good care of your SUV, sir. What seems to be the issue?" "It's making a weird noise," Jonathan said, flipping his hair back. "I thought I could trust you with a simple fix, but looking at you, well, let's just say I expected more." As Marcus crouched by the vehicle, he could feel the eyes of nearby customers on him. He was used to the looks that hinted at skepticism, but today felt different. He powered through. Each turn of the wrench held his focus, even as Jonathan's smugness ate away at his patience. "What's taking so long?" Jonathan's voice cut through the air. "Are you sure you know what you're doing?" With a deep breath, Marcus adjusted his cap, focusing on the task at hand. He discovered a loose belt and a problem in the engine that others might have overlooked. It was small, but significant, one that could lead to larger, costlier problems if neglected. "I've found the issue," he shouted back, and for a moment, Jonathan's expression faltered. "It's a loose belt, but there's more. You should also get this checked out." He pointed at the engine components. "You could be looking at a much bigger bill soon." Jonathan leaned in, confused for a moment. "Really, it can't be that simple. I've been to top shops in the area." "And they probably missed this," Marcus interrupted gently, unfazed by the jab. He explained the situation in detail, ensuring that Jonathan understood the potential consequences of ignoring the repairs. As Marcus tightened the last bolt, he could sense the shift in the atmosphere. Customers chatted quietly, their expressions shifting from skepticism to intrigue. Jonathan, still sizing up Marcus, finally dropped his facade. "Okay, you might actually know what you're doing." Marcus chuckled lightly, wiping his hands on an old rag. "It's what I love. Cars have stories, you know." Just then the wind picked up, rattling a few loose tools on the workbench. Atlanta's summer heat felt stifling, but a cool breeze gave a hint of relief, a brief pause before the storm. "Thanks for the honesty, man," Jonathan admitted, a flicker of humility crossing his face. "I guess I misjudged you." As Marcus handed over the keys, Ella, a loyal customer, chimed in from the waiting area. "Marcus always does right by us. He's the best mechanic in town." Jonathan glanced back at Ella, surprise evident on his face. "Really, you all swear by him?" "Absolutely," she smiled, pride beaming. "He's saved me thousands." Jonathan left the garage in stunned silence, the engine humming melodically, a testament to Marcus's skill. Every time he turned a wrench, he knew he was building trust, one customer at a time. Today, with a simple fix and a change of heart, he reminded everyone, including Jonathan, that true expertise transcends superficial judgments. As the sun began to set over Atlanta, casting a warm glow across the streets, Marcus cleaned up his workspace, feeling a sense of pride in his day's efforts. The day had started with skepticism, but he had turned it around through hard work and dedication. The familiar sound of his shop door chiming signaled another customer walking in. It was Lisa, a single mother who had been bringing her old Toyota to Marcus for years. The moment she stepped inside, her face broke into a relieved smile. "Hey Marcus, you've got to help me again. My car's making a terrible grinding sound." "Of course, Lisa, let's take a look," Marcus replied, his heart lifting at the genuine warmth of her trust. Lisa always brought her son, Kenny, who would sit on the waiting area chairs, busying himself with a set of toy cars. While Marcus examined the Toyota, he overheard a conversation outside. The rich neighborhoods surrounding his garage often looked down on the local businesses, dismissing them as just another mechanic shop. But Lisa and Kenny, along with other loyal customers, were here to challenge that notion. After a brief inspection, he found that the brake pads were nearly worn out and suggested a replacement. "It won't take long, and it's better to be safe, especially with Kenny in the car." "Can't argue with that," Lisa replied, nodding gratefully. "Do whatever you need to do, I trust you." As Marcus set to work, he noticed the changing dynamic in his workshop. More and more locals were beginning to realize the expertise he offered. regardless of the initial barrier of stereotypes surrounding his profession. Even the skepticism from people like Jonathan was slowly starting to fade. With every bolt he tightened, every tool he reached for, Marcus felt more connected to the community. He thought about Jonathan, wondering how that experience would resonate with him. Sometimes, people just needed to see the skill behind the hands that worked the magic. After finishing the job, he wiped his hands on an old cloth and leaned against the wall, watching Lisa and Kenny exchange smiles and play with their toy cars. "There you go, all set. Just keep an ear out. If the noise comes back, let me know." Lisa beamed with gratitude. "You're a lifesaver, Marcus. I don't know what I would do without you." As they left, the door chimed again, this time announcing the arrival of another customer. It was Sam, an elderly man who had been coming to Marcus for servicing his truck. He ambled in, supported by his cane, but his eyes sparkled with life. "Evening, Marcus. I hear you've been making quite the name for yourself," Sam said, with a hint of mischief in his tone. "Don't let all the compliments go to your head." Marcus chuckled. "I'm just trying to earn my keep, Sam. What brings you by today?" Sam scratched his head, glancing out at his truck parked outside. "I think it's time for some new tires. The old ones feel a bit grippy, especially on these Atlanta roads." Marcus nodded, shifting gears instantly. "Let's take care of that. Safety first." As they moved outside to inspect the truck, Marcus felt a sense of camaraderie with Sam. He was not just a customer, he was a friend. That was the true reward of this work, the connections formed beyond the metal and grease. As they talked about the weather and sports, Marcus realized how satisfying it was to ground himself in daily life, overcoming challenges not just as a mechanic, but as a pillar of the community. He offered Sam a seat, rolled up his sleeves, and started working on the tires. Midway through, Jonathan drove by again, noticing Marcus through the shop window. This time, he didn't wear his usual arrogant expression. Instead, it was one of contemplation. The scene inside the shop, with all the laughter and genuine interactions, caught his attention. Marcus didn't see Jonathan, but a small, proud smile crept onto his face as he finished securing Sam's new tires. It was moments like these that defined his work, moments that revealed strength hidden beneath judgment. "All right, Sam, you're all set," Marcus announced, his voice carrying a depth of sincerity. "Thanks again, Marcus. You keep doing what you're doing and don't let anyone tell you otherwise," Sam chuckled, tipping his hat before leaving the shop. The sun dipped lower, painting the sky shades of orange and pink, marking the end of another fulfilling day. Marcus took a moment to reflect, realizing that he was not just fixing cars. He was building a legacy, one repair at a time, reminding everyone that a good mechanic is defined by character as much as by skill. As the last light of day faded, Marcus locked up the shop, his heart light with satisfaction. The scent of motor oil mingled with the warm evening air, a familiar embrace as he headed towards his car. Just as he turned the corner, he noticed Jonathan standing near his SUV in the parking lot, fiddling with his phone. "Hey, Marcus," Jonathan called, almost sheepishly. "Got a moment?" Marcus paused, surprised but curious. "Sure, what's up?" "I wanted to apologize for earlier," Jonathan said, his tone surprisingly sincere. "I came in with a bad attitude. I'll admit, I didn't expect much from a place like this." Marcus met his gaze, weighing his words carefully. "It's all right, happens to the best of us." "You really know your stuff, man," Jonathan continued. "I had my doubts, but after seeing you with Lisa and Sam, you've got something special here. I guess I just wanted to let you know. I didn't really realize how skilled you are." "Thanks," Marcus replied, a hint of surprise softening his voice. "It's about more than just fixing cars for me. It's about the people, helping them when they need it." Jonathan nodded, thoughtful. "I get it now. I might have judged too quickly based on appearances. I just wanted to let you know I'll be coming back, and maybe it wouldn't hurt to recommend you to some friends." Marcus smiled, feeling warmth spread through him. "You're welcome anytime, just give me a call." As Jonathan walked away, Marcus couldn't shake off the feeling of a shift, a new understanding blossoming, not just in Jonathan, but within him too. It was moments like these that anchored him to his community, transforming skepticism into respect and indifference into connection. The next morning arrived with a fresh wave of energy. The scent of rain filled the air, renewing the city with a vibrant glow. As Marcus opened the shop, the soft patter of raindrops danced on the roof, creating a rhythm that matched his heartbeat. Ella was the first to arrive, her car's headlights cutting through the lingering fog. "Morning, Marcus. How was your night?" "Pretty good, actually," he replied, wiping down the workbench. "Had a surprise chat with Jonathan. Turns out he's going to give me another shot." No way, Ella grinned, leaning against the counter. Sometimes it just takes a little push to get people to see what's right in front of them. Marcus chuckled and began organizing tools. Exactly. Just like you said, every car has a story, and sometimes you have to look a little deeper to find it. No truer words, Ella added, her enthusiasm infectious. You're building something special here, Marcus. Just keep doing what you're doing. The day rolled forward, punctuated by laughter and conversation from customers and friends who walked through the door. There was a familiar sense of purpose in the air, each interaction tightening the threads of community around the garage. As the afternoon melted into evening, a steady rhythm of car sounds filled the shop. The rain had abated, but the refreshed atmosphere lingered. Marcus found himself working side by side with his loyal crew, guiding younger mechanics who were eager to learn the ropes, just as he once had. Around closing time, a familiar tune drifted in through the open door, a local band practicing nearby. The jovial sound wrapped around them, practically inviting everyone to step outside. Marcus set his tools down and stepped out to join the small crowd forming around the band. Articulating joy in music and laughter, Marcus felt a deeper connection to the community, an ever-growing family of sorts. Seeing familiar faces, like Lisa, Kenny, and Sam, smiling and clapping along with the beat reinvigorated him. By the time night fell, Marcus looked at his garage, its faded paint and tired signs, a testament to hard work. But inside, it pulsed with life and connection, showing that it was more than just a place to get repairs. It was a hub, a meeting ground where stories were shared and bonds were formed. Hey, let's get a photo, Ella suggested, her phone ready as they gathered for a group shot in front of the shop. With laughter filling the space, Marcus felt a glimmer of pride wash over him, the kind that comes not from accolades, but from knowing he was making a difference, both in engines and in lives. Together they froze for that moment, captured not just with smiles, but with the true essence of camaraderie that defined Marcus's auto repairs. Life raced on, but being rooted in this community and embracing every moment reminded him of why he loved what he did. In the world outside, judgments might persist, but inside this garage, hearts opened, friendships were forged, and everybody mattered. In repairing cars, he had inadvertently repaired connections, the ultimate success. The following week brought a wave of new customers. Word of Marcus's skills had begun to spread like wildfire. The same people who once dismissed his garage were now flocking through the doors, eager to get their cars serviced by someone who had earned a reputation that transcended mere mechanics. On Thursday afternoon, under the warm Atlanta sun, Marcus was deep in conversation with a new client, a young woman named Angela, who seemed genuinely curious about the repairs he was performing. She had just moved to Atlanta for a job opportunity and was looking for a reliable mechanic. I've heard great things about you, Angela said, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. I really hope you can help me out. My Honda has been acting weird. Let's take a look, Marcus replied, motioning for her to follow him to the service bay. As he inspected the car, he could feel her anxious energy. He made it a point to explain every step of the process, ensuring she felt both informed and secure about the repairs. I appreciate you explaining things so thoroughly, Angela said. Most mechanics just give you a list of problems without any details. It's important to me that you understand what's going on, Marcus said, tightening a bolt beneath the hood. Cars can be like puzzles, and sometimes people just need a little guidance. As he worked, Angela began to relax, settling into the rhythm of their conversation. They discussed everything, from the best pizza places in Atlanta to favorite local hangouts. Marcus found himself enjoying the interaction. It was moments like these that reminded him of the stories bound within each person who walked through his doors. When he finished, he leaned against the car, wiping his hands on his rag. All set, Angela. You should be good to go, and remember, if you hear any strange noises or feel something off, just bring it back in. Thank you so much, Marcus. This means a lot, she said, her smile wide and genuine. You've made my day a lot less stressful. As she left the shop, Marcus felt a sense of fulfillment wash over him. He loved his work, not just for the mechanics of it, but for the connections he built along the way. The next day, while working on the back brakes of an old Ford truck, he overheard Lisa and Ella chatting in the waiting area. They were discussing a community event planned for the weekend, highlighting local businesses and artists. Marcus should definitely have a booth, Lisa suggested enthusiastically. He's the heart of this neighborhood. Ella nodded in agreement. Absolutely. It's a perfect way to showcase what you do and bring even more people together. Intrigued, Marcus turned from his workbench, surprised. What's going on this weekend? There's a community fair down at the park, Ella filled him in. Local vendors, live music, food trucks, it's going to be amazing. We should all represent, and I thought of you since you've really built something special here. Marcus felt a tingle of excitement. Sounds like a lot of fun, but what would I even do there? Set up a booth, Lisa chimed in. You could showcase some of your best work, provide free checkups for the cars, maybe even answer questions for people who don't know much about maintenance. He contemplated it for a moment. Taking part in such an event could strengthen his ties to the community even further. You know what? I'll do it. Let's make it happen. That evening, he stayed late to prepare. He gathered tools, pamphlets with car maintenance tips, and set up a light display showcasing before and after photos of cars he'd repaired. The excitement bubbled within him as he assembled his booth, thinking about all the people he could help. On the day of the fair, the park transformed into a vibrant tapestry of color and sound. Vendors lined the pathways, and laughter filled the air. The scent of various cuisines wafted tantalizingly, drawing in visitors. As Marcus set up his booth, he noticed familiar faces. Sam, Ella, and Lisa came by to cheer him on. You're going to do great, Sam encouraged. The event kicked off, and soon people flocked to his booth. They marveled at the photos showcasing his work and asked questions about car maintenance. With each interaction, Marcus felt a deepening sense of purpose. He wasn't just a mechanic anymore. He was an educator and a community builder. Thank you for being so approachable, one older gentleman said after a brief chat about oil changes. It's refreshing to find someone willing to explain without the jargon. As the hours passed, he engaged with more people, each inquiry leading to richer conversations. Some visitors shared their car problems, while others simply wanted to know more about keeping their vehicles in good shape. Marcus enjoyed every minute, the community spirit lifting him higher. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in vibrant hues of orange and pink, Marcus stepped back from his booth and looked around. He was surrounded by friends, family, and new faces, all connected through a common thread. The giggles of children playing nearby and the melodic sounds of the band floating through the air underscored the unity of the event. In that moment, he realized that this fair was about far more than just people learning about car repairs. It was a celebration of community, a reminder that behind every vehicle was a story, just waiting to be told. And he was now a part of that story, forging bonds that would last long after the fair had ended. As the final notes of the band echoed through the park, Marcus felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. The day had exceeded his expectations in every way. He had connected with people, shared his passion, and reinforced his place within the community. But as the crowd began to disperse, he realized there was one more thing he wanted to do. Turning to Ella, who had been helping him throughout the day, he said, I think it would be great to hold a workshop at the garage, a basic car maintenance class for anyone interested. What do you think? Ella's eyes sparkled with excitement. That's an amazing idea. People would love it, and it could draw even more folks to your shop. Yes, we could have it next weekend, Marcus added, envisioning the workshop filled with eager faces. I could cover basics like oil changes, tire checks, and maybe even some common troubleshooting tips. Count me in to help, Ella grinned. I can spread the word on social media and get more people interested. With their plans set in motion, Marcus packed up the booth, his heart racing with anticipation. The day had proven how much love and support surrounded him, and he was ready to give back. The following week buzzed with excitement as word spread about the upcoming workshop. People flocked to the garage, eager to learn. Lisa helped distribute flyers to her neighbors, and Angela, who had recently become a loyal customer, even volunteered to assist, eager to share her newfound knowledge. By the time Saturday rolled around, the garage was alive with energy. Marcus arranged a few folding chairs outside, prepared an array of tools, and laid out a simple agenda. He felt a mix of nerves and excitement, not just for the mechanics he would teach, but for the connections that would form during the session. As the clock struck 10, the first few attendees arrived. Familiar faces mingled with newcomers, laughter and conversation filling the air. Marcus introduced himself, welcoming everyone as they settled in. Thank you all for coming. Today we're going to cover some basic car maintenance, things you can do yourselves to keep your vehicles running smoothly, he announced, his confidence growing with each word. Feel free to ask questions as we go along. This is a safe space to learn. He kicked off the workshop with an oil change demonstration, guiding the group through each step. The participants watched intently, and their curiosity encouraged him. He explained the importance of regular maintenance while inviting anyone interested to step forward and give it a try. Angela raised her hand, asking, "What's the best way to know if I need an oil change?" Great question. Usually it's recommended every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, but if you notice your oil looks dark or gritty, that's a sign. He handed her a dipstick to demonstrate. Just pull this out, wipe it clean, and check the color. People leaned forward, eager to absorb the information, and hands shot up with every new topic. They discussed tire pressure, the smell of burning rubber, and how to jumpstart a car. The atmosphere was electric. Each question was met with encouragement and laughter. Amidst the discussions, Marcus noticed Jonathan standing at the back, leaning against the wall, listening intently. That same air of skepticism seemed to have faded into genuine curiosity. After a particularly lively back-and-forth about brake maintenance, Marcus spotted Jonathan approaching him. "Hey Marcus," he said hesitantly, "I've got a question about my SUV. What's the deal with the dashboard lights?" Marcus grinned, pleased that Jonathan was participating. "That's a common concern. Dashboard lights can signal various issues, but they're your car's way of communicating. If you notice a light, it's essential to address it right away." Helping Jonathan feel comfortable asking questions was another victory for Marcus. By the end of the workshop, everyone had shared a laugh or a story, and Marcus felt a mix of accomplishment and warmth. As the attendees began to filter out, thanking him and chatting amongst themselves about upcoming repairs and tips, he realized how much this event had fostered a stronger sense of community. Friendships were blooming, and barriers were being torn down. "Thank you for this, Marcus." Lisa beamed, her enthusiasm infectious. "This was really helpful. You have a gift for teaching." "I had a lot of fun, too," Angela added, bouncing on her heels. "I can't wait to share this with my friends." "Same here," Jonathan said, stepping forward. "I didn't expect to learn so much. You've really changed my perspective about what you do. I'll definitely be coming back." Marcus felt a wave of pride wash over him. "I'm just happy to share what I know. If you have any questions in the future, don't hesitate to reach out." Once the last of his participants had left for the day, he stood in the empty garage, reflecting on how far he had come, not just in his skills as a mechanic, but in forging bonds and instilling confidence in those around him. In that moment, he knew this was just the beginning. The workshop had sparked something greater, a thread of connection he aimed to weave deeper into his community. Bulbous poplar trees swayed outside as the sun dipped low, and as he cleaned up, Marcus felt invigorated. He was ready to take on whatever came next, knowing he wasn't just fixing cars, but unlocking the potential within everyone he met. As weeks passed, the sense of community that had blossomed around Marcus's shop only grew stronger. The success of the workshop led to a series of similar events, each attracting more participants and solidifying Marcus's role as a vital part of the neighborhood. People began to stop by not just for repairs, but to engage, share stories, and learn from one another. One sunny Saturday, Marcus decided to expand the workshop concept further. He announced a car care and coffee event, inviting everyone to bring their cars in for a basic checkup while enjoying freshly brewed coffee. He figured it would be a perfect way to create a relaxed atmosphere where people could chat and learn together. The morning of the event arrived, and excitement buzzed through the air as a few loyal customers trickled into the shop. Ella helped set up a small coffee station, filling the garage with the rich aroma of freshly brewed beans. She had even made a batch of homemade pastries to go along with it. "Welcome, everyone," Marcus greeted, leaning against his workbench, a coffee cup in hand. "Today, we're going to combine a little car care with some good company, so feel free to ask questions while you sip your coffee." To his delight, people began gathering around him, ranging from seasoned car owners to first-time drivers. This time, it wasn't just about the cars, it was about connection. "Marcus, how often should I really be checking my tire pressure?" a middle-aged woman named Karen inquired, her hands cradling a cup of coffee. "That's a great question. You should check it at least once a month," he explained, demonstrating how to use a tire gauge. "And always before long trips. Proper tire pressure helps with fuel efficiency and safety." As Marcus continued sharing tips, he noticed Jonathan leaning against the wall, engaged in conversation with a few others. It felt rewarding to see the former skeptic now actively involved, learning alongside the rest of the community. At one point, Marcus noticed Angela chatting with a couple of newcomers. They looked intrigued as she animatedly spoke about the basics of car maintenance she had learned during the previous workshops. Riding the wave of good vibes, Marcus spontaneously announced, "Anyone interested in a fun group challenge? Let's see who can change a tire the quickest." The competitors chuckled, some rolling up their sleeves, excitement filling the air. A small competition ensued, with Marcus overseeing the challenge and offering tips as everyone worked. Laughter erupted, and the seriousness of the day faded into playful camaraderie. It didn't matter who could change a tire faster. What mattered was the fun they were having together. When the laughter died down and the tire-changing competition concluded, Marcus gathered everyone around again to reflect on what they had learned. The key takeaway is not just knowing how to do it, but being comfortable doing it. Cars are part of our lives. A little knowledge can go a long way. The event was a resounding success, and everyone left feeling more connected to one another and, of course, to their vehicles. The garage had transformed into a hub of activity and trust. As Marcus began cleaning up, Jonathan approached him. "I really enjoyed today, Marcus. It's a refreshing change from the typical car shop experience." "Thanks, man. I'm glad you came," Marcus replied, feeling genuine appreciation. "I think it's important that we keep this going. It's not just about fixing cars, it's about building relationships." Jonathan nodded. "You've built something special here. I think you're going to keep seeing more people show up." With renewed motivation, Marcus decided to keep the momentum going. He started brainstorming ideas for future events, perhaps a community barbecue or an open house, where families could come, enjoy some food, and learn more about car care. As autumn approached, the leaves began to change, casting a golden hue over the city. The air turned crisp, and with it came the anticipation of a new season filled with more opportunities to strengthen connections. One chilly afternoon, while taking a break in the garage, Marcus received a call from Lisa. "Hey Marcus, I have an idea. What do you think about partnering with other local businesses for a fall festival?" "That sounds exciting," he replied, sitting up straighter. "What do you have in mind?" "We could set up booths with different vendors, offer kids activities, maybe even have a mini car show. It would be a fantastic way to bring the community together and showcase what we all have to offer." "I love it, count me in. We could provide free car checks for anyone who swings by. It'll draw people in." Marcus felt his heart race at the thought. They spent the next hour brainstorming ideas and passing notes back and forth. As their plans took shape, Marcus became even more invigorated. He imagined families coming together, laughter and music filling the air, and a sense of unity blossoming even further among the locals. As the festival day approached, preparations ramped up. Everyone in the community chipped in, from arranging booths to planning activities for the kids. There was a buzz of excitement every time people talked about the event. On the day of the festival, the atmosphere was infectious. The sound of children's laughter blended with the faint strumming of guitars nearby. When people began to arrive, the garage overflowed with excitement. Marcus's booth drew a crowd as he offered free checkups and shared advice on basic maintenance. Before long, he found himself in conversations with families, teaching kids how to check tire pressure and showing them how to jumpstart a car. Each interaction reinforced the importance of the connections he had built. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in beautiful tones of orange and purple, Marcus gathered everyone together for a toast. "To our community, thank you all for being part of this journey, for sharing knowledge, and for supporting one another. Here's to many more events and memories together." Cheers erupted and laughter filled the air, echoing amidst a backdrop of bright stars. As Marcus looked around at smiling faces, friends, neighbors, and even new acquaintances, he felt a profound sense of belonging. What had started as a modest mechanic shop was now a beloved community cornerstone, a place where stories were shared and lives connected. It wasn't just about fixing cars, it was about fixing the fabric of the community, weaving together small moments and larger ones, turning them into an impactful journey for everyone involved. Marcus couldn't help but marvel at how far they had come together. The fall festival had transformed not only his garage, but the entire neighborhood into a tapestry of shared experiences and collective growth. People were no longer just stopping by for repairs. They were forming friendships, building trust, and creating lasting bonds. In the days that followed, the momentum from the festival continued. New customers came in, eager to learn about Marcus's next events and how they could get involved. The workshop sessions expanded. He started offering specialized classes on topics like winterizing cars and essential safety checks, perfect for the seasonal changes ahead. One brisk morning, as he prepared for the first winter workshop, Marcus found himself reflecting on the journey. He stood in front of the shop's wide windows, watching the passing cars, each with its own story. He realized that he had created something bigger than just a garage. He had fostered a community. As the workshop began, familiar faces filled the seats, and new ones joined as well. The warmth of coffee brewed in the corner, mingling with the chatter of excited attendees, each eager for knowledge as much as connection. Today, we're focusing on winter preparedness, Marcus explained, pacing in front of the group. Cold weather can be tough on your vehicle, and knowing how to protect it is essential. He moved through topics efficiently, covering essential tips like checking antifreeze levels, testing batteries, and ensuring wipers were in good shape for winter storms. Hands were raised with questions, and stories were shared about past winter mishaps and successes. Angela raised her hand during a discussion about jump-starting batteries. I learned a lot from your last workshop, but I was curious, why does cold weather affect battery performance so much? That's a fantastic question, Marcus replied. Cold weather can slow down the chemical reactions inside a battery, leading to decreased performance. It's crucial to ensure your battery is well maintained before winter hits. As they moved through demonstrations, he noticed Jonathan sitting in the back, nodding along, clearly more engaged than before. His transformation from skeptical customer to enthusiastic participant felt rewarding. Later, Marcus invited everyone to take turns practicing changing wiper blades and testing batteries. Laughter rang out as participants fumbled with the tools at first, but grew more confident with each attempt. By the end of the session, hands were raised with pride and spirits were high. As the workshop wrapped up, Marcus encouraged participants to share their own winter preparation stories, fostering camaraderie. Each sharing reinforced the sense of community they had all built together. After everyone dispersed, Jonathan walked up to Marcus. I just wanted to thank you. You've made me feel a part of something here. I never thought I'd enjoy learning about cars this much. Marcus smiled, feeling a lump in his throat. It's all about connection, man. We're in this together. With the holiday season approaching, Marcus began brainstorming ways to give back to the community that had supported him in countless ways. He decided to organize a holiday charity drive, collecting donations of food and warm clothing for local shelters. Let's make this a community effort, he explained excitedly to Ella and Lisa one afternoon. We can set up drop-off points at the garage and engage everyone in helping out. Love it, Ella exclaimed, her eyes bright with enthusiasm. We can host a festive gathering to kick off the drive, maybe a hot cocoa night or a winter barbecue with the families. With their combined efforts, they transformed the idea into reality. The garage became the meeting point for joy and generosity, walls festooned with festive decorations, and a sense of warmth flowing within. The drive gained traction quickly, and soon contributions poured in: canned goods, winter clothes, toys, and blankets. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement as the community rallied together, reminding everyone of the importance of support and compassion during the holiday season. On the day of the charity event, Marcus set up a cozy area in the garage, complete with steaming mugs of hot cocoa and sweet holiday treats. As people arrived, they dropped off donations and shared stories, laughter mixing with the aromas of spiced cinnamon and chocolate. Thank you all for your generosity, Marcus announced, standing on a small stool to address the gathering. Every little bit counts and will make a big difference for those in need in our community. Let's show what we can do when we come together. The evening unfolded in festivity, filled with games, live music from local talent, and an overall feeling of joy. A sense of belonging enveloped the crowd, and it was clear that this garage had become more than just a place for repairs. As lights twinkled around them, old and new friends shared stories, reflecting on how far they had come as a community. Each moment created a ripple effect, one that would carry them into the new year, reinforced by friendship and commitment. Later, after the guests began to drift home, Marcus found a quiet moment to himself amidst the remnants of decorated tables and empty cocoa mugs. He gazed around at the laughter, love, and gratitude that filled the space and felt moved by how far they had all come together. Every interaction, every shared experience had contributed to a mosaic of connection that made the garage a true pillar of support. Feeling a swell of hope, Marcus realized that in nurturing individual stories, he had forged a collective narrative, one of resilience, love, and community spirit. As winter settled in, with the promise of a new year just around the corner, Marcus knew that they were all embarking on a journey together, ready to embrace whatever came next. The heart of the community beat strong, and it was a rhythm that would carry them forward, together as friends, partners, and allies in an ever-evolving story. As the new year unfolded, the positivity surrounding Marcus and his garage only intensified. The holiday charity drive had left a lasting impact, not just through the donations collected, but in the way it unified the community. Each member felt a part of something larger, and the connections would continue to inspire just as they had during the winter months. To further cultivate this spirit, Marcus decided to host monthly themed events at the garage. He wanted to keep the energy flowing and the camaraderie intact. The first event of the year would be a New Year, New You Car Care Workshop, focused on setting resolutions for vehicle maintenance and safety. The week leading up to the event buzzed with excitement. People chatted about bringing their cars in and the fun activities planned. As the day arrived, Marcus felt a blend of nerves and anticipation. He had prepared an array of activities, including a quiz on car safety tips, a tire-changing relay, and a segment on making a car maintenance checklist for the year. "Welcome to our first workshop of the year," Marcus beamed at the gathering crowd. "Let's kick off 2024 by making sure our cars are as ready as we are." The energy in the garage was infectious. Participants mingled with cups of coffee in hand, sharing their New Year's resolutions while eagerly awaiting the start of the activities. Marcus kicked off the workshop with an engaging quiz about winter vehicle preparedness. People laughed and participated, echoing answers and cheering when someone got it right. The competitive spirit lit up the room, and the camaraderie built effortlessly from there. After the quiz, he moved into the practical activities, showing everyone how to check their oil, tire pressure, and battery health. There was a palpable excitement in the air as people gathered around the workstations, eager to learn and help one another. "Who wants to volunteer to change a tire?" Marcus called out, grinning. A few hands shot up, and he narrowed down the contestants to a relay race, inspiring everyone to cheer for their friends. As they laughed and fumbled through the tasks, Angela stepped to the side, her face beaming with enthusiasm. "I can't believe how much I've learned. I feel so much more confident about car care now." "Exactly," Jonathan chimed in, standing nearby with a group. "I used to just avoid thinking about this stuff, but now I feel like I could actually take care of my own car." By the end of the workshop, Marcus felt a profound sense of accomplishment, not just in the knowledge shared, but in the community that had formed around these moments. Everyone left feeling empowered and connected. In the weeks that followed, the steady rhythm of community events continued. Workshops shifted themes, from safe driving tips to DIY maintenance projects, and Marcus even incorporated fun elements, like potluck dinners, where everyone brought a dish representing their cultural heritage. Each gathering built upon the connections established earlier, drawing in people who had never set foot in the shop before. They arrived with curiosity, pushed by friends or neighbors who spoke highly of the welcoming atmosphere. One sunny afternoon, as spring approached, Lisa suggested trying something new. "What about a car show and shine day? We can showcase our vehicles, share stories about them, and have a friendly competition for the best self-care car." "That sounds like a brilliant idea," Marcus replied, envisioning rows of polished cars adorned with stories from their owners. Excitement buzzed through the group as they began planning the event, bringing together car enthusiasts and families alike. As the date drew closer, the community rallied with enthusiasm. Marcus posted flyers and shared updates on social media, capturing the attention of both old friends and potential new customers. The event was shaping up to not only celebrate vehicles, but the stories woven into the lives of each person present. On the day of the car show and shine, the parking lot outside Marcus's garage transformed into a lively fairground. Colorful banners swayed in the gentle breeze, and a variety of vehicles lined the rows, each telling a unique story. Families and kids wandered, admiring classic cars, chatting with owners, and sharing memories about their own driving experiences. The air was filled with laughter, the sound of music playing in the background, and the delicious aroma of food from local vendors who had joined in to set up stalls. Marcus wandered among the cars, talking with friends and neighbors, listening to the joy and excitement around him. He stopped to admire a vintage Mustang, gleaming under the sun. The owner, an older gentleman named Charles, shared anecdotes about his journeys across the country in that car, each story steeped in nostalgia. Throughout the day, he organized games for the kids, led discussions on vehicle maintenance, and encouraged everyone to share their own car stories. As the sun dipped low, casting a warm golden hue over the festivities, Marcus gathered everyone for a friendly competition, awarding a trophy for the best vehicle, as voted by the attendees. "Thank you all for making today such a success," he announced, holding the gleaming trophy high. "Every car here represents a story, and today, we've shared so many together. Let's remember that this is just the beginning of many more moments like this." The cheers erupted, and clapping filled the air as people celebrated the connections forged that day. The joy and pride in the community swelled as old friends and new acquaintances exchanged contact information, promising to meet again. That night after the event wrapped up, Marcus sat in his garage, the remnants of the celebration scattered around him. He reflected on how something as simple as a car show could create bonds that lasted beyond the surface. He had observed friendships blooming, families enjoying time together, and a deeper connection to their neighborhood form over shared passions. As he locked up for the night, feeling physically exhausted yet emotionally fulfilled, he couldn't help but look forward to what the future held. Together, they had built something powerful, a thriving community that provided inspiration and support, while celebrating the stories that brought them together. In that spirit of connection, Marcus knew there were countless opportunities still out there, waiting for them to discover together. As spring blossomed and the days grew warmer, Marcus embraced the wave of new beginnings alongside his vibrant community. Inspired by the success of the car show and shine, he decided it was time to explore new initiatives that could further bring people together while promoting knowledge and camaraderie. One afternoon, while enjoying a coffee break with Ella at the garage, he shared an idea that had been forming in his mind. What if we started a community service day where we find ways to help our neighbors and give back? Ella's eyes lit up. I love that. We could offer free maintenance checks for senior citizens or anyone in need who might not have the resources. Exactly, Marcus replied, feeling invigorated. We could even partner with local businesses to create a small event where folks can drop off donations for a food bank while we help with their cars. With enthusiasm building, they began crafting the details. They designed flyers, posted on social media, and began spreading the word among their customers, who quickly rallied behind the cause, eager to participate. As the day of the community service arrived, the garage buzzed with activity. Volunteers arrived early to set up tables and prepare the space for those who would benefit from their services. The energy was palpable as Marcus briefed the team on their roles for the day, emphasizing the importance of kindness and care. Today isn't just about assisting with car maintenance, he told everyone. It reflects who we are as a community. We're here to lift each other up. The first visitors were a couple of elderly neighbors, Edna and Frank, who arrived in their well-worn sedan. Their expressions lit up at seeing so many friendly faces. We heard about this on the news, Edna said, her voice warm with gratitude. Thank you for doing this. Over the next few hours, the garage transformed into a bustling hub of service. Volunteers bustled about, checking oil, replacing windscreen wipers, and offering tire maintenance, while others mingled and chatted with the guests, creating connections that would last long after the day ended. Marcus moved from car to car, ensuring everyone felt welcome. He showed Frank how to check tire pressure and helped Edna understand the importance of regular maintenance. With each interaction, Marcus felt the joy of giving back. As midday approached, volunteers took a break and shared a meal prepared by local restaurants who had generously contributed food. The atmosphere felt like a family gathering, with laughter and stories echoing around the room. It was during lunch that Marcus noticed Jonathan, who had come by to lend a hand. He was working alongside a few others, showing them the ropes. Marcus caught up with him, genuinely thankful for his support. Glad to see you here, man. Your help means a lot. I wouldn't miss it, Jonathan replied, wiping sweat from his brow. This place has changed my life. It's about time I give back. Inspired by the moment, Marcus proposed a toast, raising his drink, to community, to lifting each other up and growing together. Everyone echoed the sentiment, raising their drinks in solidarity. The atmosphere brimmed with appreciation and connection, solidifying the sense of togetherness they had all built. As the day unfolded, more local residents arrived, drawn in by the kindness and generosity of the garage. Many shared their stories, expressing gratitude for the services provided and the sense of community that had been cultivated, not just within the garage, but throughout the neighborhood. Toward the end of the event, Marcus gathered everyone for closing remarks. He was moved by the turnout and the collective spirit of giving. Thank you all for joining us today. What we've done here is important, not just for car maintenance, but for each other. This is the essence of our community. Let's keep this momentum going. As the crowds dispersed, remnants of laughter lingered in the air. Marcus and his crew began to tidy up, filled with satisfaction from their shared efforts. The following week, word of the community service day spread, and new faces began to frequent the garage, eager to get involved and contribute. It became the start of something deeply meaningful and sustainable, a cycle of support that transformed his shop into a sanctuary of goodwill. With spring transitioning into summer, Marcus continued to organize monthly events, allowing the community to explore new themes and ideas. There were workshops on road trip preparation, family fun days, and even a charity car wash, where proceeds were donated to local schools. Before long, he noticed families stopping by not just for repairs, but to participate in events, fostering a vibrant atmosphere that welcomed everyone. Children played around the garage, learning from their parents about car care, while conversations among neighbors deepened and flourished. One warm evening after another successful event, Marcus received a call from Angela. "Hey Marcus, I've been thinking, what if we started a community newsletter? It could highlight our events, feature local businesses, and share car care tips." "That's a great idea," he exclaimed. "It will help keep everyone informed and engaged, and it can showcase the amazing work people are doing around here." With their combined dedication, Marcus and Angela worked tirelessly to create a vibrant newsletter that featured a spotlight section on community members, shared success stories, and detailed upcoming events. In a matter of weeks, the first edition rolled out, filled with excitement and vibrant visuals that celebrated their neighborhood. The response was overwhelming. People loved having a tangible connection to all that was happening around them, and subscriptions grew rapidly. Feedback poured in, with neighbors eager to share their experiences and ideas for future issues. As summer settled in and the scent of blossoming flowers filled the air, Marcus looked back on how far they had come. The garage had evolved into a home away from home, a safe space where everyone felt seen, heard, and valued. Each interaction, every workshop, and all those shared stories had woven a rich tapestry of community that defined the very spirit of Marcus's auto repairs. The pride he felt for what they had built together was immeasurable, and he couldn't wait to see what horizon lay ahead. Together, they were steering not just cars but lives toward a brighter future, one filled with connection, joy, and endless possibilities. As summer progressed, the community around Marcus's garage buzzed with energy. The newsletter had taken off, quickly becoming a primary source of information and connection for the neighbors. Each edition celebrated individual stories, highlighted volunteer opportunities, and shared helpful car maintenance tips. One sunny Saturday morning, Marcus was setting up for another community event when he noticed a new face among the familiar crowd. A young man named Alex walked in, looking around, slightly unsure. Marcus approached him with a warm smile. "Hey there, welcome, I'm Marcus. What brings you in today?" "Hi Marcus, I'm Alex. I just moved to town and saw the newsletter. I thought it looked interesting," he replied, his voice tinged with excitement and nerves. "Glad you came by. We've got a DIY car maintenance workshop today. It's a great way to learn about your vehicle and meet some folks from the community. You should join." Alex nodded, his eyes brightening. "I'm totally down for that. I barely know anything about cars." "No problem, that's what we're here for. Let's get started." As the workshop unfolded, Alex engaged earnestly with the other participants, quickly picking up basic skills and confidence. Marcus noticed how he gravitated towards others, asking questions and becoming part of their dynamic. By the end of the session, Alex was buzzing with enthusiasm, joining in discussions about the best local restaurants and offering his own stories. Afterward, he approached Marcus. "Thanks for everything today. I didn't expect to learn so much in just a few hours. I'm definitely coming back." Marcus felt a swell of pride, knowing he was cultivating a space for individuals like Alex to feel welcome and included. The garage was blossoming into more than just a place for repairs. It was becoming a springboard for friendships and community engagement. In the weeks that followed, Alex became a regular. He participated in various workshops and events, quickly forming bonds with others. Marcus watched as the newest member of their community turned into a vibrant participant, embodying the spirit of togetherness they had created. One day, while cleaning up after a successful workshop centered on preventative car maintenance, Marcus had a brainwave. He gathered his team for a brief meeting. "What if we organized a summer festival? We could have food, games, workshops, and a showcase of local talent, something fun for families to enjoy while building our community even stronger." Ella jumped in, excitement radiating from her. "Yes, we can involve local vendors and artists, too. It could be a great way to support them and bring attention to what our community has to offer." Marcus felt the energy of the room lift. "Exactly. Let's brainstorm ideas, activities, attractions, music. We can make it a day to remember." They worked through the details, planning activities about car care for children, local art displays, and areas for local chefs to share their culinary skills. The excitement grew, and word spread quickly through the newsletter. As the day of the summer festival approached, the community rallied around the event, volunteering their time and skills. Neighbors helped with setting up booths, organizing games, and spreading the word to draw in even more families. Finally, the day arrived, and Marcus awakened to the warm sun shining down and the air filled with a buzzing sense of anticipation. He arrived early to finalize preparations, meeting with vendors and ensuring everything was in place. The skittering leaves and gentle breeze set the stage for a perfect summer day. Families began to filter in, kids laughing and running excitedly from booth to booth. The atmosphere was filled with vibrant colors, sounds of laughter, and delicious smells wafting from food stalls. Marcus felt a rush of joy as he observed everyone coming together. The festival kicked off with a welcome speech from Marcus. "Thank you all for being here. Today is about celebrating our community, the friendships we've built, and the stories we share. Let's have an amazing day together." The crowd erupted in cheers and applause, their faces lit with excitement. Activities filled the afternoon: tire-rolling races for the kids, hands-on demonstrations with tools for the curious, and showcases of local music that had festival-goers dancing. The garage overflowed with laughter, joy, and the spirit of unity that Marcus had always envisioned. Alex, now volunteering as an event assistant, moved between activities, engaging with locals and helping wherever needed, embodying the community spirit. He approached Marcus, grinning. "This is incredible. I can't believe how many people are here." "I know, right," Marcus replied, his heart swelling with pride. "It's amazing to see everyone come together." As the sun dipped closer to the horizon, casting a warm golden light across the festival, Marcus gathered everyone for a concluding event, celebrating their community with a group photo to capture the day. Friends and neighbors crowded together, arms around each other's shoulders, ready to capture a moment that would forever symbolize their bond. Once the photo was taken, Marcus took the opportunity to thank everyone once more. "This wouldn't have been possible without each and every one of you. Thank you for making this day a success. Let's keep this spirit alive, not just today but every day." Cheers erupted once again, and the evening continued with music and dancing, slowly transitioning into storytelling as people shared their memorable moments from the festival. As the stars began to twinkle overhead, Marcus stepped back for a moment, taking in the scene. The warmth of camaraderie enveloped him. Feelings of gratitude and accomplishment surged within. This was more than a festival, it was a celebration of their journey together. With the success of their summer festival behind them, Marcus knew that there were still more adventures and challenges ahead. The richness of community life in the garage had created not only a safe haven, but a thriving ecosystem of support, trust, and friendship. Together, they were growing, changing, and building something meaningful that would last for years to come. The journey ahead was bright, and he felt eager to embrace it, surrounded by those who had become family. As the summer days turned into warm evenings filled with laughter, Marcus felt a renewed sense of purpose. The success of the summer festival had ignited a spark within him to continue cultivating this vibrant community. He knew it was time to keep the momentum going, but he wanted to tap into something deeper, an opportunity to learn and grow together. One breezy afternoon, while cleaning up the garage, he gathered a few trusted friends and volunteers, including Ella, Jonathan, and Angela. "I've been thinking," he began, "what if we organized a monthly community knowledge exchange, a space where everyone can share their skills or hobbies, from cooking to crafts or even mechanics?" "That sounds amazing," Ella replied, her eyes lighting up with inspiration. "We could create a schedule and invite different people to lead sessions. It would be a fantastic way to learn from one another." Jonathan chimed in, "I have some friends who are great chefs. They might love to share their cooking tips." "Count me in," Angela added. "I can teach basic photography skills. It's fun to capture moments and everyone could use some tips." With enthusiasm building, they began brainstorming the first event of the Community Knowledge Exchange. They decided to kick it off with a focus on cooking, inviting local chefs to share their favorite recipes and culinary techniques. Weeks flew by as excitement grew leading up to the first session. The newsletter promoted the event, and neighbors shared the news, eager to participate. On the day of the first exchange, the garage transformed into a lively kitchen. Tables were set up, covered in vibrant ingredients and cooking supplies, as the smell of spices began to waft through the air. People gathered, chatting and laughing, eager to learn from one another. As the session unfolded, a local chef named Maria led the group through her signature dish. The kitchen buzzed with energy as participants chopped, stirred, and experimented with flavors they had never tried before. "This is incredible," Alex exclaimed, excitedly mixing ingredients. "I never thought cooking could be so fun." Watching the community come alive in this new way filled Marcus with pride. They weren't just sharing meals, they were sharing experiences, cultures, and stories that anchored them all together. As the workshop wrapped up, Marcus took a moment to reflect. The smiles on people's faces and the chatter around him were proof of the success of this initiative. He paused to thank everyone for participating. Today was just the beginning. Let's keep this momentum going, share our skills, and keep learning from one another. Cheers erupted as people exchanged contact information, expressing their excitement for future sessions. The days turned into months, and the community knowledge exchange flourished. Each session brought new participants, unique topics, and opportunities for connection. From gardening workshops to DIY home repairs, they celebrated their diverse talents and interests. Marcus observed friendships grow among attendees, many forming small groups that practiced skills outside of the workshops. It became evident that the garage was no longer just a place for car repairs. It was a hub of community knowledge, creativity, and fellowship. As fall began to approach, Marcus decided to organize a fall harvest festival. The aim would be to celebrate local produce, encourage sustainable practices, and showcase the community's newfound skills, literally harvesting the fruits of their labor. Planning began in earnest, with ideas flowing. They would create booths for local farmers, have cooking demonstrations featuring seasonal ingredients, and host workshops on canning and preserving food. The day of the Fall Harvest Festival arrived, and it felt like magic in the air. The crisp autumn breeze was filled with the smell of baked pies and roasted vegetables. Pumpkins and colorful gourds decorated the area, setting a picturesque scene for the festivities. Families arrived with baskets for picking apples and participating in cooking contests. Marcus and his team set up tents featuring various activities, from pumpkin carving to canning workshops. As the sun dipped down, casting golden rays over the festival, Marcus took a moment to celebrate the sense of community that had blossomed around him. The workshops thrived, with hands-on participation from children and adults alike. Marcus joined a table, teaching kids about the importance of preserving vegetables. "This is how we make things last beyond the harvest," he chuckled, showing them how to label jars. After a day rich with laughter, learning, and enjoyment, they gathered for a concluding toast around a community bonfire. Marcus stood with his friends and neighbors, smiling at the gathering of lively families. "Thank you all for being part of this beautiful day. Your energy and spirit reflected what our community is all about." Cheers rang out, voices mingling with the soft crackle of the fire. As the evening unfolded, Marcus observed families sharing stories, children playing under twinkling lights, and strangers becoming friends. It was the essence of their journey captured in that single moment, a celebration of everything they had built together. With the arrival of winter, Marcus knew it was time to prepare for the ensuing cold months. Inspired by the Harvest Festival's spirit, he envisioned a winter gathering, a cozy community night where folks could come together for warmth, comfort food, and holiday cheer. As plans developed, he approached members of the community to share their ideas for the evening. They would have a potluck, sharing favorite recipes, engaging in crafts, and even organizing a talent showcase where neighbors could show their skills. The night of the cozy community arrived, transforming the garage into a warm, festive haven adorned with twinkling lights and seasonal decorations. The sense of hearty stews and baked goods wafted through the air, setting a joyful atmosphere. As families and friends trickled in, Marcus felt the warmth of their presence. Laughter and conversation filled the room as everyone shared stories of their year and reflected on how far they had come together. Around a crackling fire, they swapped family recipes and engaged in heartwarming conversations. Angela led a crafting session for kids and adults alike, creating lovely handmade decorations to hang on their doors. Later in the evening, the talent showcase began. From musical performances to storytelling, neighbors showcased their passions and shared parts of themselves with the community. Each act received resounding applause, and there was no shortage of joy. As the night drew to a close, Marcus felt a sense of completeness. They had transformed the garage into a sanctuary that embraced the beauty of shared experiences, a hub of tradition, kindness, and growth. The warmth of their bonds glowed brightly, almost like an unspoken promise for the future. Standing back, watching his friends and neighbors enjoy each other's company, he realized that what he had built extended beyond a business. It was a legacy of community spirit that would continue to thrive. The connection they had forged was a reminder that together, they could navigate challenges, celebrate successes, and embrace life in all its forms. The new year loomed ahead with endless opportunities, and Marcus felt eager to see what adventures awaited them on their shared journey. Together, they were not just redefining a neighborhood, but crafting a vibrant story that would be written one chapter at a time. As the new year dawned, the community buzzed with energy and excitement about what lay ahead. Marcus felt a renewed sense of commitment to not only continuing the connections he had nurtured, but also expanding his efforts into new areas that could further enrich the lives of those around him. Inspired by the success of previous events, he decided to create a new series, Health and Wellness Days. The idea was to promote overall well-being within the community by combining physical wellness, mental health, and automotive care, integrating the importance of taking care of oneself with taking care of one's vehicle. While discussing this initiative with Ella and Angela one evening over coffee at the garage, they immediately shared their enthusiasm. We could partner with local fitness trainers and wellness coaches, Ella suggested. They could lead workshops on stress relief, nutrition, and even offer yoga. It'll be a great way to start the year off right. Angela nodded, and don't forget about mental wellness. We could invite local therapists or mindfulness practitioners to share techniques for coping with stress. With their ideas buzzing in mind, Marcus began reaching out to local fitness professionals, mental health advocates, and chefs willing to participate. Their aim was to create an event that showcased holistic well-being, blending automotive maintenance tips with health resources. Weeks flew by as Marcus organized every detail. Flyers went out, social media buzzed, and excitement mounted within the community. Finally, the day of the first Health and Wellness Day arrived, and the garage transformed into a bustling center for engagement and learning. From the moment the doors opened, people poured in. There were informational booths about healthy eating, exercise demonstrations, and even a station where participants could learn basic self-care techniques. Marcus set up an area focused on basic car maintenance, integrating the importance of keeping cars healthy as well. As the day progressed, Marcus moved effortlessly from one activity to the next, feeling invigorated by the smiles and camaraderie around him. He caught snippets of conversations about nutrition tips and seen participants huddled in small groups practicing yoga on mats spread out on the floor. Angela led a mindfulness session, and Marcus listened as she guided participants through breathing exercises. He was amazed at how engaged everyone was, their faces reflecting a shared journey toward better mental health. In the garage, a buzz of energy rippled through the crowd as they transitioned between booths. At one point, he found Alex helping kids learn about basic car care while also reminding them to take breaks and stretch, showing how both aspects could be harmonized. "This is fantastic, Marcus," Alex exclaimed, grinning after a successful hands-on demonstration. "You've made it so much more than just a car day. It feels like a full community wellness event." As they approached the end of the day, Marcus gathered everyone for a closing session. "Thank you for coming out today. I hope you've all gained something valuable, both for your health and your vehicles. Let's keep reminding each other that taking care of ourselves goes hand in hand with taking care of our cars." Applause erupted, and people chatted animatedly, already discussing what they had learned and how they could implement new habits into their lives. The day had been a success in every sense, another testament to the strength and spirit of the community. Empowered by this success, Marcus decided to make Health and Wellness Days a quarterly event, with each installment focusing on different aspects of well-being. The garage evolved into a hub of knowledge and support for mental and physical health, nurtured by laughter, love, and shared experiences. As winter waned and spring blossomed, the garage blossomed alongside it, continually welcoming new faces from the neighborhood. Fueled by inspiration from their Health and Wellness Days, Marcus considered how he could enhance the sense of community even further. One afternoon, while cleaning up after a successful workshop on seasonal vehicle prep, he realized there was an opportunity to create a mentorship program. The concept was simple: pair experienced community members with those seeking guidance in various areas: automobile care, career advice, personal challenges. He approached Ella and Jonathan with the idea, eager for their thoughts. "We could create a network where everyone supports one another, sharing their skills or experiences. For instance, more experienced mechanics can mentor those interested in pursuing it as a career." "I love that," Ella replied, her excitement palpable. "We could also have sessions where people share their stories of overcoming challenges, fostering an even deeper connection in the community." Jonathan added, "This is a great way to create stronger bonds. I can help organize sessions at the garage where mentors and mentees can meet." With their support, Marcus began reaching out to community members, crafting a structure for the program. He envisioned regular mentorship mornings, where participants could discuss their goals, ask questions, and gain valuable insights from those who had walked similar paths. The launch of the mentorship program quickly gained traction. People were eager to participate, with many sharing their experiences and knowledge. One regular attendee, a high school student named Mia, showed particular interest in mechanics. she approached Marcus to express her desire to learn more. I really want to understand cars better, but don't know where to start, Mia admitted shyly. Let's get you paired with someone who can help you out, Marcus encouraged. I'll introduce you to some of the mechanics here who can offer guidance. Within weeks, the program flourished, demonstrating the combined power of shared skills and guidance. The garage turned into a nexus of mentorship, with each pairing fostering growth and inspiration. Mia thrived under the guidance of an experienced mechanic, soaking in knowledge like a sponge and gaining newfound confidence. Alongside these initiatives, community events continued. The garage hosted summer movie nights, family barbecues, and inspired by previous successes, another fall harvest festival that welcomed even more local families. Each gathering left a lasting impression, reinforcing the bonds that continued to deepen among everyone involved. As seasons changed, the sense of belonging resonated louder than ever. Marcus realized that what he had cultivated was beyond a network of friendships. It was a movement, a community united by passion, encouragement, and the will to uplift one another. In the twilight of summer, with plans for future gatherings already taking shape, Marcus reflected on how far they had all come. He sat outside the garage, sipping coffee as the warm breeze tousled his hair. The sounds of laughter and joyful chatter echoed around him as families engaged in playful banter and neighbors shared stories. He understood now that the essence of all they had built lay not just in the events or workshops, but in the heart of the community, a shared commitment to support each other through every high and low. Together, they were more than just individuals connected by geography. They were a family, united by love and resilience. With an intention to continue expanding this spirit, Marcus looked forward to all the possibilities waiting just around the corner, ready to embrace whatever adventures lay ahead as a united community. After all, the journey wasn't just about cars. It was about life, joy, and the connections that made it all worthwhile. As the golden hues of autumn began to settle over the community, Marcus felt invigorated by their achievements. The mentorship program had blossomed into an essential fixture at the garage, providing a nurturing environment for learning and growth. The sense of accomplishment felt palpable, and he knew they were contributing to something much bigger than themselves. One afternoon, as he sorted tools in the garage, he noticed a familiar face. Mia, the eager student from the mentorship program, was animating a discussion with a few new participants. Her confidence had visibly grown, and Marcus found himself smiling at her enthusiasm. "Hey Mia," he called out, wiping his hands on a rag. "How's everything going with your mentoring sessions?" "It's awesome, Marcus. I learned how to change the oil and check the brakes," she exclaimed, eyes sparkling with excitement. "And I even helped my mom fix her car last weekend." "Way to go, that's the spirit," he encouraged, feeling pride swell in his chest. "You're becoming quite the mechanic already." Inspired by Mia's progress, Marcus gathered his team to brainstorm ways to enhance the mentorship program. "Let's create a showcase event where our mentees can demonstrate their skills," he suggested during a meeting. "It'll be a celebration of what they've learned and a way for them to gain recognition." The team responded positively, immediately beginning to sketch out ideas. They envisioned a dynamic day that would allow mentees to display their newfound skills in front of friends and family, perhaps even a mini competition that could add an exciting twist to the event. Over the next few weeks, excitement built within the community as word spread about the upcoming showcase. Mentees prepared presentations and hands-on demonstrations of everything from basic car maintenance to creative projects they had undertaken during their mentorship. On the day of the showcase, the garage transformed into an exhibition space. Tables lined the area, adorned with posters, tools, and vehicles that highlighted the talents of each participant. Families arrived, bringing with them encouragement and support, creating a festive atmosphere. Mia set up a station where she walked newcomers through changing attire. As she demonstrated each step, her passion shone through in her explanations, drawing in curious spectators. People watched intently, applauding her newfound skills. Throughout the day, other mentees displayed their abilities. Some showcased baking techniques, others presented crafts, and a few shared their insights on personal finance. The diversity of talent was thrilling, illustrating the essence of what the mentorship program represented, a platform for growth, creativity, and collaboration. As the event neared its conclusion, Marcus gathered everyone around for the final segment. "Thank you all for joining us today. This showcase represents hard work, dedication, and the spirit of support that we've nurtured together." Applause erupted and smiles brightened the faces of every participant. Marcus continued, Today isn't just about celebrating skills, it's about celebrating our community and how far we've come together. To mark the occasion, Marcus surprised the mentees with small awards for their efforts. Every one of you has shown immense growth and commitment. We're all so proud of you. As the awards were handed out, cheers and laughter filled the air. Mia, beaming with joy, clutched her award, a testament to her determination. The pride radiating from the crowd felt electric, binding everyone together in shared accomplishment. With the showcase complete, the impact of the mentorship program became undeniably clear. The connections, support, and skills exchanged were enriching lives on multiple levels. As the community enjoyed refreshments, conversations flowed about future plans. Many expressed excitement about continuing the program and brainstorming new themes for upcoming exchanges. Marcus stood back, listening to the laughter and joy echoing around him, feeling deeply fulfilled. The successful event sparked new ideas. People began discussing potential workshops on not just mechanics but personal development, finances, and even mental wellness. There was a newfound eagerness to expand horizons further within the already flourishing community. Throughout the fall, as the leaves changed colors, Marcus embraced the idea of a season of giving. Now, drawing on the holiday spirit, he envisioned organizing a series of events focused on charity work, promoting kindness and generosity within the community. He approached Ella, Jonathan, and Angela with this new idea. What do you think about hosting events that focus on giving back this season? We could collect donations for local charities, organize volunteer days, and support families in need. Excitement danced in their eyes as they discussed potential initiatives, from food drives to community cleanups. Together, they planned a calendar filled with opportunities to engage neighbors and uplift those who might be struggling during the holidays. As the events unfolded, the community came together in breathtaking ways. They held a Thanksgiving feast, where families shared meals while contributing non-perishable goods to a local food bank. The camaraderie and kindness flowed freely as neighbors collaborated, emphasizing the spirit of giving. Winter arrived, painting the town with frosty beauty. The garage morphed into a hub of activity as Marcus organized a Winter Wonders night, inviting everyone to bring holiday cheer, filled with family activities, crafts, and an awe-inspiring community tree decoration. The sparkling lights danced against the backdrop of the garage, each reflecting the warmth and love shared over the past year. As families arrived, laughter mingled in the air, and the spirit of joy enveloped them all. Marcus took a moment to step outside. He watched as neighbors decorated the tree, children giggled, and adults exchanged stories. It was a heartwarming sight that encapsulated the essence of their journey, a community filled with kindness, support, and love. Feeling the crisp winter air against his face, Marcus smiled, knowing that they had built something truly remarkable. This close-knit community had not only uplifted one another, but had forged connections that would continue to thrive and expand. As the new year approached, he felt a sense of gratitude washing over him. Together, they had crafted a narrative filled with resilience, unity, and a shared vision for what lay ahead. In the heart of that garage, they had created a legacy of connection and support that would endure, nurturing both individual growth and collective strength. With new dreams and aspirations lining the horizon, Marcus felt ready for whatever the future held. Their journey continued, and he was eager to embrace it, alongside friends who had become family, fueling the spirit of community with every endeavor, creating extraordinary moments together, and writing the next chapters of their shared story. As the new year rolled in, Marcus felt a wave of renewed energy sweeping through the garage. The sense of community that had flourished over the past year was palpable, and he couldn't help but reflect on how far they had come together. As winter settled in, Marcus began planning the first event of the year, a New Year, New Skills fair, aimed at encouraging personal growth and exploration within the community. The goal was to inspire neighbors to try something new, whether it's a cooking class, an automotive hands-on workshop, or a creative craft session. He gathered Ella, Jonathan, and Angela to brainstorm ideas over coffee. Let's create a space where anyone can share what they know and everyone can learn something new, he suggested. Ella nodded enthusiastically. We could have each booth run by different community members. It could be a great way to showcase our talents. And we can include resources about wellness and personal development, Jonathan added. That would really round out the event. With a solid plan in place, they began reaching out to community members, encouraging them to lead sessions or workshops. The buzz grew quickly as people expressed interest, excited about the opportunity to share their skills. On the day of the New Year New Skills Fair, the garage was alive with energy. Colorful banners adorned the walls, and tables filled with tools, ingredients, and craft supplies created a vibrant atmosphere. Neighbors arrived, filled with curiosity about what they could learn. As the event started, Marcus welcomed everyone with a big smile. "Thank you all for coming today. This fair is about exploration, community, and supporting each other in personal growth. I encourage everyone to step outside of their comfort zones and try something new." The workshops ranged from creative pursuits like painting and woodworking to practical skills such as basic car maintenance and budgeting. One corner featured a cooking demonstration led by Maria, the local chef, who taught attendees how to prepare healthy meals quickly and easily. Throughout the day, laughter echoed through the garage. Neighbors mingled, trying their hands at different activities and sharing stories about their experiences. Mia, now more confident than ever, took on a mentorship role, guiding younger kids through basic automotive skills. As the fair continued, Angela facilitated a discussion on mindfulness and self-care, helping attendees explore techniques for reducing stress. At another station, Jonathan led a small group through a fitness routine, showing everyone that physical health can be both fun and engaging. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the bustling scene, Marcus couldn't help but feel proud of the community they had built. This event was a testament to the connections they had forged, a reflection of every shared moment, every story exchanged. Marcus stepped away to gather his thoughts as the day wound down. Watching families interact, friendships blossoming, and the joy in people's eyes reminded him of the true power of community. They had transformed the garage into a sanctuary of support, growth, and love. With the last activity wrapping up, he gathered the participants to thank them. "Thank you for embracing this event with such open hearts. Together, we've taken a step toward enriching not just our skills, but our bonds as a community. Let's continue to uplift each other throughout this year." As applause erupted, Marcus felt a rush of gratitude. He knew they were just getting started. With the successes of the fair fresh in their minds, he began brainstorming ideas for future workshops and events that could keep the momentum going. Spring approached, bringing warmth and new life to the community. Marcus envisioned a spring clean and repair day, where neighbors could come together to help one another with cleaning projects, minor repairs, and upkeep of yards and homes. "Imagine if we could all pitch in to help each other out," he proposed during a meeting with Ella and Jonathan. "Not only would it strengthen our bonds, but it would help beautify the area as well." Yes, we could have teams working in different neighborhoods, incentivizing people to come out and volunteer and perhaps holding a little appreciation grill out afterward, Ella suggested. The enthusiasm for the project was infectious, and preparations began immediately. They created a sign-up sheet for volunteers, coordinated with local businesses for supplies, and devised a plan to encourage participation across the neighborhoods. The day of the Spring Clean and Repair Day arrived, and neighbors showed up in droves, armed with tools, gloves, and a shared sense of purpose. The energy was invigorating as teams broke off to tackle various projects, clearing debris from yards, planting flowers, and helping families with repairs around their homes. Marcus moved through the neighborhoods, supporting teams and helping wherever he could. Good-natured banter and laughter filled the air as everyone worked hard, unified in their mission to uplift the community. As the sun warmed the day, he paused for a moment, reflecting on the beauty of what they were accomplishing. This wasn't just a cleanup, it was an act of love, a testament to their shared commitment to supporting one another and enhancing their environment. At the end of the day, the neighborhood transformed. Blooming flowers dotted yards, homes stood refreshed, and the air felt lighter. Marcus gathered everyone for a closing appreciation celebration, where they shared stories and enjoyed grilled food and laughter. "Thank you all for your hard work today," he exclaimed, looking over the crowd of smiling faces. "This wouldn't have been possible without each and every one of you. Together, we're not just cleaning up, we're building something beautiful that benefits us all." Cheers erupted, and as everyone enjoyed the food and festivities, Marcus felt a glowing warmth in his heart. The connections forged through shared labor reinforced the fabric of their community, proving that they could achieve so much more together than they could alone. As the evening drew to a close and people began to drift home, Marcus grasped the significance of their journey. Every gathering, every act of kindness, and every moment of support was laying the groundwork for a vibrant future. He knew there would be challenges ahead. The journey of community building was rarely a straight path, but with strong bonds already formed, he felt optimistic and ready to embrace whatever came next. Together, they had a foundation of resilience and mutual support, a legacy that would endure for years to come. A few weeks later, as spring blossomed fully, Marcus found himself planning an upcoming gathering designed to celebrate their progress, a community appreciation day. It would be a time to reflect, connect, and look ahead while honoring the collective effort that shaped their living tapestry. As he wrote down ideas for activities and themes, he couldn't help but feel excited about the bright future waiting for them just around the corner. There was so much potential to explore, more skills to share, stories to tell, and bonds to deepen. And with every step they took together, the story of their community continued to unfold, a testament to the beauty of togetherness, strength in support, and the joy found in every shared moment along the way. As the date for the Community Appreciation Day approached, Marcus felt a sense of anticipation in the air. He wanted the event to be a celebration of everything they had achieved together, while paving the way for future endeavors. Drawing on the input of his friends and neighbors, he decided to include a variety of activities that highlighted their collective accomplishments over the past year. In the days leading up to the event, the garage buzzed with excitement. Marcus and his team prepared an outline of activities that included awards for outstanding community contributions, skill showcases, and various booths featuring local artisans and businesses. Music would echo through the air, creating an inviting atmosphere for everyone attending. On the morning of the Appreciation Day, the sun shone bright, illuminating everything with a warm golden light. Marcus arrived early to set up, his heart racing with excitement. Colorful banners adorned the garage, and tables filled with homemade treats awaited guests. A stage was set up for performances from local musicians, and the scent of barbecued food wafted through the breeze. As families began to arrive, laughter filled the air. Friends greeted each other, excited to reconnect and celebrate. Marcus moved through the crowd, welcoming everyone with a smile. "Thank you for being here today. This is a chance for us to not just reflect on our progress, but to honor each one of you who has contributed to our beautiful community." With the opening activities kicking off, he took the stage, rallying the audience's attention. "We've achieved so much together through our mentorship program, community events, and wellness initiatives. It's all thanks to your hard work, commitment, and generosity." Cheers erupted among the crowd, and Marcus grinned, feeling the energy pulse around him. "Today, we're celebrating the spirit that makes us what we are. We'll begin with some awards for those who have gone above and beyond to lift our community." As he began calling names, the gratitude was palpable. Neighbors with beaming smiles accepted their awards, sharing words of encouragement and heartfelt thanks. Mia, who had blossomed over the year, received recognition for outstanding commitment to mentorship. She stepped forward, her voice shaking slightly with emotion. "Thank you all. This community means the world to me, and I'm so grateful for everything we've built together." The applause filled the air with warmth, creating an atmosphere of joy and recognition. Each award presented served as a reminder of the incredible dedication and heart that existed within the community. Once the awards concluded, Marcus jumped into the next phase of the Appreciation Day, a showcase of skills and stories. Neighbors set up stations displaying their talents, crafts, personal growth stories, and demonstrations of learned skills. Children showcased art and projects they had created during workshops, beaming with pride as they shared their accomplishments. As guests wandered from station to station, Marcus noticed how engaged everyone was. Conversations flowed effortlessly as neighbors caught up, shared experiences, and discussed future plans. In one corner, Angela led a group discussion focused on mental health and wellness strategies. Participants shared their personal journeys, showing vulnerability and strength, a testament to the support network they had built over time. Meanwhile, in the culinary section, local chefs demonstrated quick, healthy meals, engaging attendees with hands-on cooking sessions. People gathered around, asking questions and trying samples, delighted by the variety of flavors and techniques presented. As the day progressed, the atmosphere swelled with energy. Marcus gathered everyone for the final event, a community storytelling circle where attendees could share memorable moments from the past year. Seated in a circle, he encouraged participants to take turns sharing experiences that had left lasting impressions. One by one, neighbors stood up, recalling how the garage had become a beacon of hope and unity during challenging times. "I was struggling to find my place after moving here," one participant shared, "but this community welcomed me with open arms. Thanks to all of you, I've made lifelong friends." Another neighbor spoke up, "The mentorship program gave me a chance to learn skills I thought I'd never acquire. It's changed my life." As heartfelt stories echoed through the gathering, Marcus felt a swell of pride. Each tale was a reminder of the connections formed, the lives touched, and the support that permeated their community fabric. After the storytelling circle, Marcus took a moment to thank everyone. Together, we've built a village that not only empowers individuals but strengthens families and friendships. Let's continue to uplift one another as we move forward." The crowd erupted into applause, a chorus of appreciation for each other and the journey they had shared. As the sun began to set, casting stunning colors across the sky, live music filled the air. Local musicians took the stage, inviting everyone to dance and celebrate the unity they had cultivated. The energy was infectious. People laughed, danced, and enjoyed the warmth of community. Later in the evening, as the festivities wound down and the last notes from the band played softly in the background, Marcus took a moment to step back, absorbing the happiness around him. Smiling faces, friends sharing stories, and the unmistakable sense of togetherness filled his heart with hope. He couldn't help but feel gratitude for the journey they had all shared, how a simple mechanic's garage had blossomed into a beacon of community spirit, learning, and support. As the night drew to a close, he knew this was just the beginning. The possibilities for growth, exploration, and connection were endless, and he couldn't wait to see what the future held. Together, they had crafted a vibrant community, resilient and supportive, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As Marcus locked up the garage for the night, he looked around at the memories they had created and the foundation they had built. The journey of community was far from over. It was only just beginning, and he felt eager to embrace every moment of it. As the final notes of the evening's music faded into the night, Marcus stood outside the garage, allowing the cool breeze to wash over him. The stars twinkled above, reflecting the warmth and light that permeated his heart. Each conversation, every laugh shared, and the connections woven throughout the day played vividly in his mind. Looking around at the gathered community, he saw more than just friends. He saw a family forged through shared experiences and the collective drive to support one another. His garage had transformed into a haven of growth, encouragement, and love, a place where everyone felt at home, no matter their background or experience. With determination, he turned back towards the garage. He envisioned future events that would further their journey together, workshops on financial literacy, health fairs, mentorship expansions, and even community service projects. Each idea felt like another thread in the tapestry of their lives, intricately connecting the community in a way that would continue to flourish. In the coming weeks, he began to document their journey, capturing moments that defined their story. Each picture, each shared experience in the newsletter became a testament to the collective spirit they had nurtured. He wanted everyone to reflect on how far they had come, not just as individuals, but as a united community. As spring blossomed into summer, Marcus organized a community reflection day. It was designed to remind each participant of their journey and the importance of looking back to appreciate how far they had come and what they had built together. The roots of connection ran deep, and they should always celebrate that progress. On the day of the reflection, people arrived in their best spirits, eager to share. They gathered around the garage, decorated with vibrant photos and notes of their stories pinned on boards, each one a cherished memory representing their shared experiences. Once again, Marcus took to the stage. Today, we celebrate not just our achievements, but our growth, resilience, and the bonds that have been forged among us. Let's reflect on what this community means to each of us and how we can continue to support one another moving forward. The atmosphere was filled with an infectious sense of joy. People began sharing their stories, moments of struggle, triumphs, and lessons learned through the various events they had participated in. Neighbors spoke up, voices filled with emotion, expressing gratitude for the friendships formed and for the sense of belonging they had discovered. As stories wrapped around them like a warm blanket, one by one, neighbors shared their hopes for the future and what they dreamed the community could become. Discussions flowed about sustainability, continued mentorship, and further ways to extend their community's reach beyond the garage. With the sun setting and casting a golden hue on the gathering, Marcus felt a sense of fulfillment deep within. He embraced every moment, realizing that this was the essence of true community, the endless cycle of giving, sharing, and uplifting one another. As the evening drew to a close, they gathered around a large bonfire, surrounded by the people who had become family. The crackling flames mirrored the warmth they all shared. Marcus took a deep breath, feeling grateful for every experience that had led them to this moment. "Thank you all for being part of this journey," he said, his voice steady and heartfelt. "Together, we have built something incredible, a community grounded in love, support, and resilience. Let's carry this spirit into the future, embracing each opportunity to lift one another up." Cheers erupted once more, and laughter rang out under the shimmering stars. As the fire crackled and glowed, Marcus felt an overwhelming confidence in what lay ahead. With aspirations as bright as the flames and hearts bound together, he knew this was not the conclusion of their story, but merely a new chapter, a better, fuller story filled with hope, perseverance, and an unbreakable sense of belonging. As the bonfire dimmed and people began to drift home, Marcus held on to the warmth of the evening, knowing that their shared journey was only just beginning. Together, they would continue to write a remarkable tale of community, through every laugh, every challenge, and every cherished moment that lay ahead.